Next, with great delight, I introduce Dr. Tarek Khalil, is the founding president, provost, and dean of the Graduate School of Management of Technology, MOT, at Nile University in Egypt. He flew all the way from Cairo, Egypt here directly. There's a direct flight. So I'm really honored to have him here. I've worked with him for extensively here, and he's just a wonderful person. Dr. Khalil, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Tarek Khalil. I was educated as a production and industrial engineer in Cairo, Egypt. Obtained my master's and PhD degrees at Texas Tech University, worked at Texas Tech, University of Florida, and the University of Miami for more than 40 years. I served as chair of the Industrial Engineering Department and as dean of the graduate school at the University of Miami, where I introduced the field of management of technology and innovation and entrepreneurship into the curriculum, with the conviction that these are the key to competitiveness and wealth creation. I also was the founder of the International Association for Management of Technology, with members in more than 85 countries in all continents. At the winning time of my career, I had the opportunity to help my country of birth, Egypt, in establishing a new learning, research, and entrepreneurial university called Nile University, and served as its founding president. Small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, are a cornerstone of Egypt and most Middle East economies, estimated to account for 90% of all businesses and providing a major source of income to young women and disenfranchised populations, as well as a major supporter of new job creation. In the survey of Egypt's population, it was found that approximately 60% of the population is under the age of 30, and 40% is between the ages of 10 and 29. Similar numbers exist in most of the African countries. This constitutes a major force for economic change, as well as a threat of social imbalance. The region and the continent have high unemployment rate, and with proper education and training, they can provide large pool of labor market entrance. What is needed is the creation of a comprehensive ecosystem that encourages and supports entrepreneurship and the establishment of large number of micro, small, and medium enterprises. This requires an entrepreneurship revolution, not only in the USA, but in most developing nations. It requires fostering of entrepreneurial culture, educating on the components of successful entrepreneurship, and creating a favorable business environment that facilitates the establishment of micro, small, and medium enterprises. I would like to speak briefly about Nile University as an entrepreneurial university and the success story for innovation and entrepreneurship development in Egypt. Egypt's innovation capacity is still limiting its ability to export high-value products, create high-value jobs, and match Egypt's 2030 ambition of innovation and knowledge-driven economy. Innovation in terms of new product development, product sophistication, business model innovation, digital transformation, talent development, and integration with the global value chains are key factors identified in order to enhance competitiveness of the industry, and hence be reflected in more job creation, import substitution, and increased in exports. During the past 4 years, Nile University, backed by the Central Bank of Egypt and the Egyptian banking ecosystem, has established a new initiative, Nilepreneurs, which has become one of the major initiatives in the Egyptian entrepreneurship ecosystem at large, as well as a major innovation instrument that has been recognized by SMEs, industry, as well as government entities, such as the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, Ministry of Industry, Chambers of Commerce, Expert Council, Agriculture Directorates, Academy of Scientific Research and Technology. But more importantly, it has also been able to attract some international recognition, whether via UN agencies, USAID, and EU delegations, as well as EU universities seeking partnerships in Egypt. Emerging from a university, Nilpreneur was able to leverage the knowledge of science, technology, engineering, and business know-how within the academic realm to help spread the culture of entrepreneurship across the entire country and transform the university into an engine of innovation. It has been instrumental in supporting entrepreneurship culture. Almost 240 new startups were established during the past 4 years in the key sectors of high-tech, building materials, engineering, furniture, handicrafts, and packaging. Meanwhile, 8,000 plus young men and women have benefited from its educational content on entrepreneurship, as well as honing the skills of 6,000 plus youth and professionals on different technologies and qualifications required for success of their companies. At the same time, it has been working with SMEs to raise their competitiveness, working with over 600 SMEs to ensure knowledge transfer of key operations, such as export, digital marketing, new product development, quality, reverse engineering, as well as enabling technology transfer from academia to factories. At the other end, it benefited the industry via offering R&D as a service model, via which industry can deepen its local manufacturing capability, develop new products, and solve some of its existing problems, and taking steps towards becoming more competitive in local and global markets. During that course, NP has worked with more than 150 products development projects in different industries. The aforementioned figures reflect the impact that one young, small entrepreneurial university has been capable of having on the ecosystem. This model needs to be duplicated in many Middle Eastern and African countries. It requires support by the international community. If aid is to be given to countries, its impact is multiplied if it can be directed to them helping themselves by encouraging entrepreneurship and the creation of micro, small, and medium enterprises. And as the Chinese proverb says, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to address you here today.
Dr. Tarek Khalil, your career and your contributions, both at the University of Miami in the United States and also in Egypt, is well recognized by the International Council for Small Business. We would like to warmly recognize you today and give you this gavel for our recognition, our privilege and honor to have met you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.